Pepper says, are you ready to reset this living room? I know I am.
Hello everyone and welcome back to A Hoarder's Heart. On this episode, we're going to be doing a living room reset. It got a little messy, little piles here and there, and that's quite okay because that's life. And that's why we're coming in here, putting stuff away, doing a little cleaning, and doing a reset and starting over fresh. Now, this episode is part of the Come On In series. This was a series that I started because I had noticed that after I started clearing out the spaces, I was still scared to have people come into my home, even though it was cleared out. And that's because I have been terrified of people coming into my home for decades when I was a level 4 hoarder. And that programming was kind of still in me, even though the spaces was actually not that bad. This is a safe space for us to talk about those emotions and also to get our living room back to where it should be.
So let's go ahead and start with these CDs. Now, this was in the basement. I brought it upstairs because Brandon wanted to look at them because he loves music and he's actually interested in CDs right now. But since they were stored in the basement in a cardboard box, I wanted to better protect them. So I'm transferring my CDs into this plastic bin to better protect them. I just never got around to completing the task, and that's quite okay because we're doing it right now. And something that I became very aware of this summer was how much I mentally put myself down, saying that I struggle with keeping up with the messes, because this right here, this stuff has been here since probably before last Christmas, and I just never got to it. I kept thinking, why can't I get this right? Why can't I clean up? I've made so much progress over the past couple of years. So of course, if I'm internally beating myself up, do you think I'm going to be comfortable letting people into the home? No. Of course not. This was when I decided that I truly have to turn this around and lovingly accept the fact that I am messy. I am a recovering hoarder, and I am going to give myself the time to consistently change my baseline. Because before, this living room was so much messier and got messier a lot quicker. So the fact that it's taken 6 months to get these little clutter piles back again really shows the progress we made consciously and subconsciously. But I really want to talk about why is that my gut reaction, putting myself down? Well, the reason why is because for my entire life, I have been hiding my rooms because of the mess. I couldn't handle the judgment from somebody else looking down and saying, oh my gosh, this is your space. It's so messy. It's so disgusting. Why are you so lazy and dirty? I couldn't internalize those emotions. It hurt me to my core. And unfortunately, society has casted a harsh judgment for those with hoarding disorder because I had seen all the public responses to Hoarders Buried Alive and those different shows. But I now realize that the only reason why harsh judgment was casted was because they didn't understand that it was a mental disorder, that people really struggled with this. And people don't know what they don't know. But once I created this channel, I realized that once people started understanding the mental disorder, they lovingly accepted us. They lovingly understood because now they had words and emotions as to why it was so difficult for us to declutter, let go, and start cleaning out the spaces. And as everyone has lovingly accepted that hoarding disorder is a mental disorder, it's definitely started transitioning me into a space of love and acceptance, and that it's going to be okay. I'm still safe. If I invite somebody into my home, they're not going to harshly judge me because of how open and honest and vulnerable I was in the struggles I've had with my hoarding disorder. So the next time that I feel anxious at the thought of somebody coming into my house, I can give myself that gentle reminder that they lovingly understand that I have hoarding disorder and that it's okay if there's still some piles here and there. It doesn't make me a bad person. They still want to come to see me, not judge my messes. And speaking of judgment, let's circle around to that self-judgment. That was a mindset that I was stuck in for a majority of my life because I was a hoarder and I had messes. That equaled that I was not a good person. That's what I truly thought. Because as a child, a teenager, in college, in my 20s, I was always messy and I was always criticized for being messy, unorganized, having way too much stuff. And of course, my subconscious programmed that as, you're messy, that equals bad human. No, this summer I finally realized that just because I'm a little messy does not make me some type of subhuman. It just means I'm a little messy here and there and that I'm not a type A personality. I kind of laugh and say I'm a type C personality, and that is creative because I love the infinite imagination of creating anything you can. And I was influenced by so much stuff outside of me. Anything could be created into something new. And all the stuff and all the clutter and all the things reminded me that that was somebody's idea and that they created it and brought it into this world so that I could use it. And I also found it therapeutic and a coping mechanism because the clutter actually brought myself peace. It was escapism for me. It brought me comfort. And that's why the clutter and the messes always seem to return. But what I can do now is be in that space of self-acceptance, and that is, it's okay. It's okay if I'm a little messy. It's okay if the messes come back. The question becomes, can I reset it? How quickly can I reset this space? And am I really authentically loving the space being reset? You see, to change any bad habit, behavior, thought process, hoarding disorder, mental disorders, you first have to change your mindset for yourself. It has to be something that you truly want. That's how you're going to be successful in starting the process, in taking those first baby steps. You have to lovingly accept where you are, know that it's okay because you are a good person who is doing their best, and that you absolutely have the inner strength to start, to change, to start cleaning out the messes. Even start by, how would you like your space to look? And being in that space of loving your home, loving what it could look like, just having all of this loving, positive energy flow through you. That way, it gives you that motivation to start cleaning, to start decluttering. Because once you love your home, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks of it. I think it was that realization that as long as I loved my home and my family loved my home, it didn't really matter what anybody else thought when they came in the door. And also, most likely, it was me overthinking it because I never had anyone walk through my door and give me some harsh judgment on how messy it was. That was my fear that I hadn't worked through before. But now that we have worked through it, now that we have released it, we're going to move forward into acceptance, loving our home. Because when you come in this front door, you're going to see that it's neat and tidy again. It's okay if we're messy, as long as we can reset it in a timely manner. And as long as we love how our home looks and our family enjoys the time together here. And I do love that we were able to reset this. And because I'm in such a positive space, I actually want to kind of redo it. I would love to be able to change things up, redecorate, paint. But for right now, we're going to be in the loving space that we were able to clean it out. And that next time, we will be cleaning out this little section over here because we have a little work to do, but that's quite okay. That's part of the journey. That's part of the growth. And my hope, my prayer is that this video motivated and encouraged you to clean, declutter, and let go of something in your home today too.